distinguished colleagues, magandang hapon. I rise on a matter of personal and collective privilege and to sponsor Senate Resolution 765 to honor the life and legacy of His Excellency Benigno Pinoy Aquino III, the 15th President of the Philippines, son of democracy icon Senators Ninoy Aquino Jr. and President Cory Aquino. While his father famously said, "The Filipino is worth dying for," and his mother, "The Filipino is worth living for," Pinoy served us all exceedingly well by living the mantra, "The Filipino is worth fighting for." One of President Aquino's most significant fights for the Filipino is the fight for Philippine sovereignty over the West Philippine Sea against our giant neighbor, and we won. Like the country's first Olympic gold medal from Hidelin Diaz, the historic victory lifts the spirit and inspires us to continue to fight for one another and to fight for our country. Another important battle is the one against poverty. Kung walang korap, walang mahirap. By the end of Pinoy's term, 7 million Filipinos were able to cross the threshold from poor to non-poor. This is in large part thanks to his administration's continued and ramped up coverage of the Pantawid Pamilyang Pilipino program. From only 786,000 poor households when he took office in June 2010 to a whopping 4.4 million households and displaced families when his term ended in 2016. Pinoy also fought against hunger by increasing rice sufficiency from 81% in 2010 to 95% in 2016. With more investments in agriculture, average palay production rose by 21% from 14.292 million metric tons from 2001 to 2010 to 18.5 million metric tons from 2011 to 2015. His administration also wrestled for good governance. The victory in this aspect became manifest in greatly improved tax effort from 12.1% in 2010 to 13.7% in 2015. Noteworthy is that this was achieved by efficient tax collection, consistently going after tax evaders, and with the exception of the sin tax law, without imposing new taxes. The sin tax law, which caused PhilHealth coverage to dramatically expand from 51% in 2010 to cover 92% as of December 2015. So together with victory after victory, net foreign direct investments long jumping from $1.07 billion in 2010 to $5.74 billion in 2014, nearly a five-fold jump, a phenomenal 436% increase, and the highest ever recorded level since 2005. Public-private partnerships worth $194.87 billion and double those awarded in the preceding 3 administrations. Infrastructure development, reduced cost of doing business, among others. The Philippines won a round, so to speak, against unemployment when Pinoy's government recorded 5.6 unemployment rate percent in October 2015, the lowest in 10 years, and the first time in history that it dropped below 6%. And this is the gold medal for good governance, transforming the Philippines from being the sick man of Asia to being hailed as one of the fastest growing economies in the entire world. The economy grew by an average of 6.2% from 2010 to 2015, the highest 6-year average growth since 1978. In the first quarter of his last year in office, the Philippine economy grew by 6.9%, the fastest among the ASEAN 5 and even surpassing global economic powerhouse China. Other significant battles Pinoy won for the Filipino included those for responsible parenthood, reproductive health, and for lasting peace and development in Mindanao. Pinoy won the good governance bout encapsulated in the slogans "Walang mahirap kung walang korap" at "No wang-wang policy" by improving the budget process, making participatory governments a key strategy, opening up government transactions to the public, incentivizing good local governance, leveling the business playing field, and intensifying the fight against graft and corruption. This caused the Philippines to overtake its competition in rankings in various internationally recognized third-party assessment reports. At the end of these tests, the Philippines emerged as honor student who received the following awards. In the Transparency International Corruption Perceptions Index, the country ranked 95 in 2015 from 146, or 51 places up from 2010. Our World Bank Ease of Doing Business ranking rose to 103 in 2016 from 144 in 2010, or 41 places up. Our World Economic Forum Global Competitiveness Index 2015-2016 ranking jumped to 47 from 85, or 38 places up. In the Heritage Foundation Economic Freedom Index, the country ranked 70th in 2016 from 109 in 2010, or 39 places up. As he set out to do, Pinoy undeniably left office in 2016 better off than he found it. And what better way to honor Pinoy's life of service the best we can than be guided by his deeds, especially in the crucial days ahead as the country continues to battle with the COVID pandemic and its devastating effects on the Filipino family. Nabanggit kanina ni Senator Joel Villanueva, magkasama kami sa kabinete ni Presidente Noynoy Aquino. Ang hindi ko isang makakalimutan ay yung isang meeting bilang Food Security Secretary para maaprubahan ng NEDA ang mga big ticket projects. Hinanda ko ang sarili ko para mapresenta ang mga proyekto ng National Irrigation Administration bilang chairman of the board. I was warned by the cabinet that Pinoy, contrary to the noy-noying tag, was very, very meticulous, especially about how it was to spend people's money. Although feeling ko, sanay na rin naman akong magdepensa ng mga bill sa Senado. Ang hinihi ko sa NEDA nung araw na yon ay ang approval ng 15 billion balog-balog high dam project sa kanyang probinsya ng Tarlac sa San Jose Municipality. So nag-umpisa ang meeting ng mga 11 a.m. at matatapos pala ito ng 1 a.m. sa susunod na araw. I was one of the first to present. Pinoy asked me the type of dam to be constructed, whether it ought to be a high dam or a series of cascading dams. Ano ba ang mas appropriate? Sinabi ko high dam, kinumbinsi ko siya, pinesenta ko ang pros and cons. Ngunit hindi siya nakumbinsido sa aking presentation, ni-reject ang proposal ko at sabi niya hanggang hindi nasasagot yung ilang mga katanungan niya ay isantabi muna yung proyekto sa susunod na meeting. Akala ko aprobado na yung project. Ang feeling ko napahiya ako at sa harap ng mga kapwa ko cabinet members. Yung iba pa pinapatawag ko sa Senado nung ako ay senador. Kaya naisip-isip ko sa kahihiyan magre-resign na lang ako. But then as the meeting progressed, I realized that Pinoy was equally exacting and demanding of everyone else. Sa meeting, Pinoy also denied the approval for the project presented by DPWH Secretary Babe Singson. And then yung proyekto ni Secretary Butchabat ng DBM disapproved din. Dahil na-reject ang mga project ni na Babes at Butch, sabi ko, nagkaroon ako ng bagong appreciation nung katagang hindi ka nag-iisa. Nag-iba ang aking pakiramdam. Hindi na ako magre-resign. Hindi na ako masyadong napahiya. Misery loves company. Dahil lahat pala kami, regardless kung malapit sa kanya o hindi, walang personalan, trabaho lang. All the presentations throughout that 14-hour meeting were subjected to Pinoy's incisive questions. Doon ko nakita ang tindi ng pagsusuri at pambubisisi ni Pinoy dahil mahal niya ang Pilipino, mahal niya ang ating bayan, ayaw niyang masayang ang pondo ng gobyerno sa mga proyektong hindi tama ang paghanda. Gusto niyang tama ang proyekto at maging tiyak ang benepisyo sa taong bayan. Ito ang halimbawa ni Pinoy bilang isang mabuting tao, mahusay na leader at masinop na ama ng bayan. Sa pagtatapos na ulila kami sa Partido Liberal ng PUMANAW ang aming Chairman Emeritus na si Presidente Noynoy Aquino. Subalit, ang alam namin bilang nakasama at nakatrabaho si Pinoy, ayaw niyang pinagkakaabalahan siya. Ang nais lamang niya ay tuloy lang ang ating trabaho. Kaya sa ilalim ng pamumuno ng ating Vice Presidente na si Vice President Lenny, tuloy lang ang trabaho sa pagtugon sa mga problema dito sa COVID. Tuloy lang na makikipag-ugnayan at makikiisa sa pagtulong at pagharap sa problema ng ating bansa. In the end, it is this spirit of PNOY that inspires us to continue to plod on. He fought for democracy. His parents fought for democracy. He made democracy real and vibrant. And if, I would like to think, he is asked today what we should do now that he is gone in our party and among us in public service, is that we continue to fight for democracy and make sure that democracy is transformed into a better quality life for our people. It is in this spirit and hope that we move for the adoption of our Senate resolution together with other Senate resolutions honoring the life and legacy of His Excellency Benigno Simeon Noynoy Aquino III, the 15th President of the Republic of the Philippines. Maraming salamat.